This is Terry Kurtz online reporting on Victor Valley, High Desert, and Mojave River Valley events, activities, entertainment, sports, and history. Joseph W. Brady gets an update on the Green Tree Boulevard Overpass project.
Terry, this is a day I think that I've waited to see for a long time. So my first trip when I was living in Santa Barbara was to the high desert of the Victor Valley at the time. Was on Saturday, September 20th, 1986. I was with Carl Van Berger. Carl's a very well-known, astute local broker, land broker, and then he toured us in Victorville and Silver Lakes and his ferry, which was unincorporated at the time, and then Apple Valley, which was unincorporated. He made it a point as we were coming east on Green Tree Boulevard to say to me, take a look out to the east, and if you see that road out there, which was Yucca-Loma Road, these two are going to connect in the next 5 years. The deal's been cut, and boy, I was pretty excited. Well, long story short, I moved into Spring Valley Lake 2 years later, and we are now in 2022, and talking to Mark and Kyle here with SKANSKA. They'll talk a little bit about the schedule. So how do we get here today? The city of Victorville, and I mean this goes back to an earlier interview that we did with Ryan McCachran. The city council worked very, very well with the county and with the town of Apple Valley in finishing out the second extension. The first extension was the Yucca-Loma Bridge in the town of Apple Valley, and they worked with the town. They worked with the county. And then this portion was a rather challenging one in design, cost, and most importantly, who was going to pay for it. So when we were talking to Ryan McCachran earlier today, he was probably the chief lobbyist for it. Not everybody in Victorville was real happy about the extension of Green Tree because they felt that it would create a lot of traffic along Green Tree. But the city, I think, is really trying to promote people coming westbound on Green Tree. It'll be Yucca-Loma, then to Green Tree. There'll be a stoplight where Ridgecrest will now connect. That they really urge them to go down Hesperia Road south and then turn right on Nisqually and go west to the region. So next to me is a longtime friend of everybody here in the High Desert, Steve Davisson. I've known Steve since I tried to rob a bank at DCB many years ago, and he stopped me. Steve was a well-known money guy. The nice thing about Steve is you never had to pay back money, but then Ron Wilson got involved, and Ron kind of required you to pay it back. Our relationship with SKANSKA, we've known John Madich for a long time. John is ultimately probably the big boss on this project, but the project manager is a lady by the name of Kim Ward. Kim couldn't be here today. Steve Downs was going to do our tour, which would allow us to take a look at Ridgecrest and how it's going to come in from where Chinquapin is to Ridgecrest and Green Tree. But more importantly, I get asked questions all the time at Spring Valley Lake, Bear Valley Country Club at Spring Valley Lake, or just when I'm in Spring Valley Lake, what's that site further down where Huerta is and all that dirt coming in? Well, that's about 350,000 cubic yards that is coming in. So Mark is involved with structure, so he's going to talk a little bit about the structure. And then Kyle is involved with dirt, and then we're going to go on out and take a couple of pictures and go from there. So, and Mark, kind of take us through. I mean, you're from Lake Arrowhead. You've been with SKANSKA for a long time. Tell us about this project and your involvement and what you've done.
Yeah, so I've been with SKANSKA 28 years. I came here in the beginning, got structures rolling from foundations through abutments, through columns, and am the lead superintendent for structures here for this project.
Give us the dirt.
So, little background, I've been with SKANSKA here for off and on 5 or 6 years. I kind of started in the field, went to school, been an engineer here for 2 years. Initially, I was helping Kim on this project back when we got helping her move a lot of this dirt for the Green Tree Boulevard extension. They're running about 9 trucks a day currently, bottom dumps, getting about 300 to 350 loads a day, anywhere from 2,500 to 3,500 yards a day. And so they're working to get that going so they can get, start putting in place some base and actually start seeing a road develop, and then you'll see the lights, the striping, and it will all come together.
So this is the last piece of false work to be removed. We got our last all-work window with the railroad for Monday.
It's been very challenging working around the railroad, getting pumps in place to be able to place the concrete where it has to go, right? Very, very challenging, very tricky. Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit about the timing so we get in the holiday season and what you can and cannot do with the railroad? So
Right. So with BNSF, they have what they call a fourth quarter shutdown. So October 1 would be a shutdown all the way to January 1. So during that period, you cannot work within their right of way. You're able to work outside of their right of way, provided you have a crane in the air and it will not foul a track or something. If it was to tip over and foul a track. So they ask you not to work within their right of way, or put something up that could foul a track to prevent them from getting freight through.
There are other factors that cause delays or difficult working conditions.
Yeah, so it's been a challenge building the bridge up here during the windy season, which is quite a bit of wind up here. We actually lost our overhang several times, and that's the portion we walk on during our construction of the bridge. So we'd have to go up and reconstruct that to make it safe. So it's been very challenging.
Yeah, Mark, did these supply chain debacle hurt you guys, or were you fortunate enough to have some good work by local companies?
Yeah, we were very fortunate. High Grade supplied our concrete onto our project, as well as Robertson's, but High Grade did an excellent job for us. They were on time and got us our materials when needed. Yeah.
Is there a final conclusion that this whole project will be completed by such and such a time? I know that there have been obstacles that have set you back, but you've still been able to keep pretty much close to schedule.
We have, with all the obstacles and events that have taken place. We're still looking around April. Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Steve, when this whole project is finished, how do you see this being a time saver for you as a resident and traveling through the Victor Valley?
For me, it's going to cut probably 15 minutes drive time just to go around to get to Bear Valley and then turn up Green Tree. I can come right out of, Pebble Beach, make a right, get on it, and make a left, and I'll be in Costco probably in 10 minutes.
Terry, I think that people have really, the question I'm getting a lot now is Ridgecrest going to stay in its current alignment, or does it turn? And it actually is going to turn about where the piece of vacant land is past where Lakeshore Homes is. That's where it starts to make its turn. On the left side of that is a project that Michael Ashigian and his brother Mark Ashigian have obtained approvals. It's an apartment resort project that is going to be built, and they've waited for this for a really long time to get it done. I just saw Michael the other day and Mark. But that's where Ridgecrest is going to start to turn, and as it turns, that portion of Ridgecrest will be taken out, and where Chinquapin is, which is the last entry point that you can get in and out of Spring Valley Lake really on the west side, that's going to connect, and then from Chinquapin down to where the realignment comes back, all that asphalt's going to be taken on out. So there's going to be a parcel of ground in the middle of it that's owned by Carmen Majors, and it's going to sit high above the ground because of the topography that she owns. So the road will turn and connect to Green Tree, and there'll be a stoplight there, and so you'll be able to turn right to go to Apple Valley, you'll be able to turn left to go to Victorville, which is going to save a lot of time for a lot of people. Hopefully it's going to take some people off of Bear Valley Road, but it's going to have an impact on the residents within Spring Valley Lake and those people on the west side of Ridgecrest with, I think, increase traffic. So, Terry, I want to give a plug to three people that couldn't be here today. John Matich, who, if you know anything about moving dirt, the Matich name is symbolic in building projects like this. Kim Ward. Kim, thanks for all the things that you've done, and I know we've tried to do this many times. Steve Downs, who is the superintendent, and then we have Mark and Kyle. So I'd like to thank them. Trying to coordinate something like this and working around their schedules was tough, and I really do appreciate it. And hopefully those that are watching this can appreciate some of the pictures. We're going to try to get some of the pictures from Steve Davisson of kind of, so make a couple little videos of this. It should be fun. So thanks, everybody.
Terry Kurtz here, throwing out an invitation for you to catch up with High Desert Sports Activity, your High Desert Sports Report, showing 3 times every day on Victor Valley TV, 7 and 11 every morning, 4 every afternoon. We hope you'll join us right here on Victor Valley TV. Terry Kurtz Online was brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road.
So.
Bid fast and last, world-class auctioneers. Valu Quality Truck Body, family owned and operated since 1954. The Bradco Companies, our area's longest standing full-service commercial brokerage firm. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville. The Holiday Inn, conference and convention center for the High Desert and destination of choice of visitors and travelers to the Victor Valley. Valu Quality Truck Bodies rolls out these high-performance flashbacks to this date in High Desert, Mojave River Valley sports history. Valu Quality Truck Body, family-owned and operated since 1954. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Valu Quality Truck Bodies, supporting teams, schools, and athletes throughout the Victor Valley. Recalling top sports stories seasons past in High Desert and Mojave River Valley history. Quarterback Travis Hunter leads the Victor Valley College Rams comeback in 2009 against top-ranked Mount San Antonio. The first annual Apple Valley Reunion Golf Tournament raises $2,000 for Sun Devils scholarships.
Linebacker Reggie Green led a VVC defense that climbed all over the highly favored Mountaineers. And Travis Hunter came off the bench to spark the Rams' upset efforts against top-ranked Mount San Antonio College. Coach Dave Hoover's Rams battled back from an early onslaught, outscoring the Mounties 20-13 after falling behind 19-0. The game provided the final test for the Rams before entering American Mountain Conference play. Hunter, the 6-foot, 190-pound sophomore from Barstow, would throw for over 200 yards against the Mount Sac defense, beginning with a 51-yard touchdown pass to Pelton Smalls on his first play from scrimmage. The scoring strike pumped new life into a Rams defense that had seen the visiting Mounties mount their 19-0 lead by scoring on their first offensive drive, then on a punt return and a third touchdown following a pass interception. But from the midway point in the opening stanza, the Rams outplayed the top-ranked team in the state on both sides of the ball. The Rams' defensive domination of the highly touted Mounties was best demonstrated in containing the Mount Sac running attack with gang tackling predominant. The Rams' second touchdown followed strong safety Darren Oliver's interception. Hunter's perfect strike to a streaking Donald Fuselier set up a 1st and goal. On 3rd down, Tanaris Jones nearly got in. Mel Carmichael's blast behind the Rams' offensive line put the ball in the end zone, and the Mounties' lead was cut to 19-13. While the Rams' defense stifled the Mounties' running game, the VVC O-line cleared the way for Carmichael gains, enabling the 5'9", 195-pound Miami, Florida sophomore to average 5 yards per carry. The third and final Rams score came on Hunter's connection with Fuselier late in the second quarter. At halftime, the Rams trailed 25-20. The Mounties' touchdown in the third, following a pass interception, accounted for the only scoring the second half. The final, 32-20, Mount San Antonio.
48 golfers teed off in the Rockin' 80s Reunion Golf Tournament. Well, 48 participants, we'll put it that way.
We got Scott. Who you got out here in your foursome today? Oh, we got Mikey and Hunter Lint, Randy Vogel, and Scott Webb. Okay, are you guys the winners? I believe so. Even though we just started, I'm pretty sure it's all already over. Good luck. Thanks.
My foursome is...
Dan, who's in your foursome?
My foursome is Kerry Porter, Keith Widener, and Sean Vogel.
Are you guys going to contend?
We are contending. In fact, our secret weapon is Keith Widener.
All right. Well, good luck.
Yeah. In case that team over there gets too far ahead, Keith's going to take his hat off and blind them.
Keith Widener tops the list from this observer's viewpoint. I've seen them all, and there have been many, many outstanding quarterbacks over the past 47 years.
I'm Kerry Porter, class of 1984.
What are you doing now, Kerry?
I am a information technology project manager up in the Bay Area, living in Petaluma, working in Nevada. I'm a 27-year veteran of the U.S. Coast Guard, and really appreciate everything that Terry Kurtz did for me. Terry actually wrote a letter of recommendation for me to get into the Coast Guard Academy, and I have my 25th Coast Guard Academy reunion coming up in 2 weeks.
So good seeing you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Terry.
I'm Dennis Burke, class of 87, and having a great day here with a couple of my friends, Pete Nadler, Billy Howell, and Jim Peters.
Hi, I'm Donna Knowles. I'm from class of 83. Woohoo!
And who else in your foursome?
That would be Michelle Schill.
Okay.
Karen Pearsall. And Lisa Langford.
Oh, Lisa Reddick.
Langford.
84.
84.
Yeah. We're the best girls.
Hi, I'm Joe Eifert.
The bashful one.
Yeah, I'm the best.
What year? What year did you graduate?
Class of 1984. Thank you very much.
Hey, enjoyed your music last night, too.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Good luck in the tournament.
You got it.
Gary McKenzie, class of 83.
And what are you up to these days,
I
Gary?
am in the labor union. I'm an instructor for the labor union.
And congratulations for doing so much and getting this whole thing put together.
All right, I'm Sean Comstock, graduated in 1985, and I have with me my wife, Amy.
All right. What do you do today?
I own a staffing agency in Omaha, Nebraska.
All right. Good to have you back out here.
Bid Fast's scoreboard shows Oak Hill's hard-fought win at Highland gives 4 of our 5 local MRL teams victories the past week, as Serrano, Hesperia, and Sultana also triumph. Robert Metzger's Bulldogs get an 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown from Shane Young to build a 21-0 third-quarter lead. File footage here shows Shane Young hauling in a pass from Diego Lopez in their season opener. Oak Hills gets an outstanding defensive game from Quamaine Thomas and company. The underdog Bulldogs hold on to defeat favored Highland 28-16. Quamaine Thomas, number 3. Diego Lopez throws for 173 yards and a touchdown. The junior quarterback adds a rushing touchdown. Casey Mahalchik's Diamondbacks roll to the 49-12 win over DSL counterpart Atalanto. Serrano's Peyton Cornell scores 1 touchdown and throws for 3 more to lead Serrano's offense. Saints' superb running back Keith Reynolds has another remarkable performance, scoring on runs of 79 and 66 yards against the otherwise stout Serrano defense. Casey Goodnose Scorpions handed Victorville the Rabbits' first loss under coach Robert Kistner. Jaquan Morris scores 3 times. This touchdown reception opens the scoring. 4 touchdown passes for quarterback Josh Smith. Jaquan Morris scoring on this pick 6. The Scorpions have outscored their first 2 opponents 68-6. They face another DSL team next, hosting Barstow in a Thursday night encounter. Silverado coach Kieran Jones gets a pair of touchdowns apiece from Frederick Hunter and Richard Reed in the Hawks' home field win against the Citrus Belt League powerhouse Yucaipa Thunderbirds. Frederick Hunter broke a 74-yard run that set up Silverado's second touchdown, putting the Hawks up 14-13 at the half. 146 all-purpose yards for Frederick Hunter, 124 of those on the ground. Fellow senior Richard Reed scored twice, including the final touchdown of the game. The Midnight Blue defense stole the thunder from the Thunderbirds offense after the intermission, shutting out the visitors the second half. Alex Gonzalez Cougars put up at or over 40 points, a second game in a row. Byron Rivas and Cameron Smith account for 6 of Granite Hill's touchdowns in the 41-14 road win at Rialto. Their third straight road game takes them to 1-1 Arroyo Valley next. Sultana's TC Cleveland era opens with a victory at Barstow in a battle between first-year head coaches. Quarterback Jacob Higgs accounts for 4 touchdowns in the 42-28 win. Aztecs' new head coach Clay Lilamena sees Dimitri Curiel score on a 72-yard run, 117 yards on the night for the Aztecs' premier running back. Apple Valley battles down to the wire in the 1-point loss at Rancho Cucamonga, the number 12 ranked team in the state. Bid fast and last, sold on supporting high desert sport. You can bid virtual live online on Bid Fast and Last auctions. Did you know Bid Fast and Last is a federally licensed firearms dealer and a licensed, bonded, and insured auto dealer? You can bid virtual live online on firearms, vehicles, electric bicycles, collectibles, fine jewelry, coins, antiques, classic cars, and more at bidfastandlast.com.
Start fires, kick ass, take names, and rock and roll.
Your way, Internet.
Terry Kurtz here, throwing out an invitation for you to catch up with High Desert Sports Activity, your High Desert Sports Report, showing 3 times every day on Victor Valley TV, 7 and 11 every morning, 4 every afternoon. We hope you'll join us right here on Victor Valley TV. A timely announcement from Joseph W. Brady.
Terry, I'm really proud to say that I will be running for my last term. My name's Joseph Brady. I'm proud to be a trustee here at Victor Valley Community College District, where I was originally appointed on February 1st, 2011. On that day, there were 23 people that were nominated or submitted papers to become a trustee. I was grateful that I made the cut to 10, and then ultimately was proud to earn the 3 votes in order to become a trustee. I ran in 2012 and received a little bit over 45,000 votes in our entire district. Then in 2016, ran again, but the district had then been reformed and it was smaller. This will be my 4th time running. So November 8th of 2022, I'm hoping to get your vote. And let me tell you why. I'm president of the Bradco Companies in Victorville, California. I've been there. We incorporated the company on December 4th of 1989. One of the things that we're proud of is that we've leased millions of square feet of buildings, but more importantly, helped create somewhere around an estimated about 10,000 jobs. I'm a huge proponent in education. I'm a huge proponent in the education being done locally, and I'm even a bigger proponent that as many of our students as possible go to Victor Valley Community College District. I recognize that not every student's ever going to go to college. But if you look at the 100 programs that we offer out here on our main campus, which is about 262 acres right off of Bear Valley Road, we also have the public safety facility out in Apple Valley. We have classes down in Hesperia. We have classes out at Southern California Logistics Airport in a building out there that we share with the squadron. We've got some really exciting times. I think one of the things, Terry, that I was asked earlier this morning in a similar interview is what are some of the great things that I think we've accomplished. The first thing as a trustee is that you need to be able to earn the respect from your other board members, and you have to be able to get 3 votes. I think the 3 things that I'm the most proud of since I've been here was the selection of Dr. Roger Wagner in 2014. Dr. Wagner proudly served us as our president superintendent until 2018 when he retired. Unfortunately, he became ill afterwards, and we asked everybody to pray for his successful recuperation. He has stage 4 cancer. On January 1st of 2019, the board unanimously approved Dr. Daniel Walden. Dr. Dan, in his interview, was very clear. I'm coming to Victor Valley Community College from the Los Angeles Community College District. He had a tremendous amount of experience down there. He also had a lot of philanthropic experience working for prior foundations. He said, I want to retire here. We just recently gave him a 4-year contract. The third thing that I'm most proud of is our Board of Trustees actually has goals, and each one of our goals, every other meeting we share with the public, and part of the goal is to be sure that there are things on the agenda that tie to our goal. Well, I think the easiest goal, but probably the goal that was easiest for me to do, and that's connecting communities, Victor Valley Community College, Dr. Walden, his senior staff, Dr. Todd Scott, Dr. Tarango, Mackenzie Tarango, and on, to those industries within the high desert, so that the industries up here have a chance to talk to us, and more importantly, we have a chance to talk to them. So we've had 5 meetings so far. We met with the media first. We've met with the residential real estate industry, which is really, I think, the second largest industry up here outside of education and government. We've met with the commercial brokers. We will be meeting with the general contractors. And the whole idea with each one of these groups that we're meeting with, we'll be meeting with aerospace, we'll be meeting with the major home builders, we'll be meeting with the major industrial builders. The whole idea is for us to talk to them about what they don't know about the great secret that Victor Valley Community College offers. But most importantly, during the 2-hour lunch, typically no more than 25 people, is that we get to hear from them what they need. And I think that's where this is a great relationship. So it's been fun. I couldn't do it without the help of Latrice. We call her LJ Johnson. She's in her office. She works at Bradco. She's a dynamo. She's just done a great job in LJ. Everybody here at Victor Valley Community College knows I couldn't do it without you. And I think the two of us complement what Dr. Walden's doing and all of his great deans. So Terry, the building that we're standing from is the one-stop building. This building we opened up just a few years ago. I was proud to be president at the time. But this was a dream of the prior Board of Trustees, but it was really driven by a prior a board member, Joe Range with Range RV. His son Doug now runs it. Joe's a little semi-retired. And Joe just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And then as our board came on and we became a little bit more mature and we were learning how to work together, we pushed to get this thing done. So this building was done for, I think, around $30 million. As you know, we just broke ground 2 weeks ago on a 530-day construction schedule for the Educational Conference Center and our new stadium project. So we're all about increasing our infrastructure out here. We're all about updating our buildings because we're here for one reason, our students. And every decision that we make as a board member at our board, the question that we ask ourselves, how does this benefit our students now and in the future? So I hope to earn your vote on November 8th of 2022. If you'd like to get involved in the campaign, if you want a yard sign, feel free to call me at 760-951-5111. Extension 101. If I'm not there, hit extension 100 and ask for Samantha Allen. I do thank the voters within the city of Victorville. That's my district. So my district is from the south side of Bear Valley Road, which is kind of the Hesperia side. My eastern boundary is the Mojave River. My western boundary is the power lines over on Bear Valley Road over near Cobalt and Amethyst, and my northern boundary line is Air Expressway. So we have 3 board members up for election this year. Brandon Wood, my great friend, esteemed colleague, he's down in Hesperia. I strongly encourage people to vote for him. And then Dennis Henderson is in Apple Valley, and he's running unopposed, so he's pretty lucky. I'm looking for your vote. Vote and vote early and get your vote in. I thank everybody, and I'll ask Terry to post our contact information if you wish to make a donation. We could always use the donations to be able to get the message out. Thank you.
Terry Kurtz Online was brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road. Bid fast and last. World-class auctioneers. Solid quality truck body. Family owned and operated since 1954. The Bradco Companies, our area's longest standing full-service commercial brokerage firm. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville. The Holiday Inn, conference and convention center for the high desert and destination of choice of visitors and travelers to the Victor Valley. That's going to do it for this edition of Terry Kurtz Online as we close out to the pounding rhythm of Hank Miranda's final exit. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you again next time around.